Wow. Welcome in, everybody. Very excited to welcome you all to the Grand Finals Game 1 of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 8. Icola versus Xavi. Very exciting match. Tracking today, we have Mr. Moxie and Virgil Dante. Now on comms, we have Hyper and Tobias, and they will take it from here.
Let's go.
Let's get this party started. It is the Grand Finals.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. Man, I've been excited for this race for a while now.
Me too. This is so exciting. I feel like these two runners deserve to be here. Icola, I feel like, has been overdue for a tournament run like this, all the way through winners bracket, and Xavi going for the back-to-back. Oh wow, this is exciting.
Yeah. That being said, just looking at the tournament tree, right? We have the funny situation that Icola has beat Xavi in this tournament already.
Yeah. So he's got that mental battle, and with double elimination, Icola is one game away from being the champion for Season 8. Xavi needs to win 2. So this could be our last one, or we could be forced into a second grand final match. So this is going to be awesome.
The stats definitely speak for themselves here. We can definitely see that Icola, in the head-to-head comparison, or in the head-to-head face-offs they've had so far, Icola has won about 80% of them. That being said, this is one race. This is randomizer. Anything could happen. And Xavi certainly has won his fair share of races. And has made it, again, all the way out, back out from lower bracket after losing to Icola, of all people, in the winners semi-final.
Yeah, Xavi knows something about going deep into tournaments. Like I said, second grand final back-to-back. I think Xavi might be a 1v1 specialist, so it does look overwhelming in favor of Icola, but those are group races that they've been in, not 1v1s. They've only played each other once before, and that was in winners bracket. Pretty crazy. Icola has almost 1,000 more races than Xavi, which is just a crazy stat.
Though I do know that Xavi is known to also race off of race time, just casually hanging out in Discord with people and having a race or two. So this might not reflect Xavi's total number of races, and I know he has been grinding out the practice for this one. All right, we are about to set off. We are starting with the Water Medallion, and we are starting with Sunsong. And Xavi is heading straight Child.
Yeah,
not
starting
even
with
looking at the dungeon layout. Jabu is Foolish, so is Lake Hylia, and so is Lon Lon Ranch. Temple of Time has, I didn't catch the song, Serenade.
Temple of Time, Serenade. And this is the classic Xavi play. Loves to age change immediately, do something completely different from whatever his opponent is doing. So we can guarantee divergence nice and early, which is good. Lots happening on both screens.
Yeah. And just looking at the dungeon layout here, or the Foolish layout rather, London Foolish means one thing. It means we have either Serenade and or Prelude there, because these are the songs that don't give any new checks. So we know that Serenade is in Temple of Time after locked by the Forest Medallion, so it's going to be Prelude in London Ranch. So Xavi is not going to hate getting that nice and early, immediately getting quick access to Temple of Time here as a child.
Yeah, chat asking whether it's still worth going for the song. I think absolutely.
Yes.
It probably costs you not even a minute to go and grab that song, and just having Prelude is early game, gonna save a lot of time. Magic of Man on Roof.
And welcome in Blue Roses for you and friends. Welcome to the Grand Finals. Claim check to Bigeron gives double defense, so not worth carrying that square stone up the mountain for, I think.
Unfortunately not.
It's useful, but not that useful.
Alright, so I think Xavi's probably just going to pick up this Prelude and maybe go adult from there. I don't think the walk across... Nice.
30 dead and 40. I missed those skull hints, something fierce. Chat, have you been more successful than I have? 40 is for
40.
Rose Wind.
Oh,
Okay.
that sucks.
Quick look at where we're spawning. He now knows he can get to Temple of Time anytime he likes as child. So this is useful info for him. And okay, it's Bombchu Bowling.
Yeah, I mean, with Prelude, you don't love it. It looks like Xavi actually is gonna stay child a little bit longer.
Honestly, if you're child doing the 3-song route, there is a reason why this is the standard opener for child is going not just to London Ranch and getting the song there, but also going to Kokiri Forest, getting those early available checks and a few more hint stones in Lost Woods, as well as the song off of Sacred Forest Meadow. This is highly check dense. It is the song has the potential to give you more mobility, maybe even another free song. So definitely something worth investing time in.
Yeah, if anything's on this child route for Xavi, it's going to set him up for a nice adult one after this. So we'll see if anything comes up here.
Right. Storms, rather the Storm check gives us Bolero. Speaking of mobility and free songs, this gives Icola another song to grab in Crater straight away. You get a big chest
one
in
big
Mido's
chest.
house. Bigger on Sword and Arcane Onion in chat asking, what is the third song and three song route? That is a really good question. You start with one nowadays. Since at some point people got tired of doing Castle Courtyard, that looked like a bomb bag in the crate. Since people got tired of doing Castle Courtyard, we start with a letter from Zelda, and thus the song Impa teaches you as well. So it used to be 3-song route was you go to Zelda, get the song from her, or from Impa rather, and her letter, and then you do London Ranch and Kokiri Forest. Nowadays that's just skipped, or that's just free.
Yeah, it's one of those
on the
ones.
bomb back?
It's like I think it's dead. That 3-song route is one of those ones where it's like it's not really a relevant thing anymore. Like, but it's just kind of got the name that's stuck with it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going off what chat says that that wasn't anything special in that graveyard crate.
It was something roundish, and it was definitely, I mean, kind of been a bomb refill because we don't have bombs yet. So I maintain it's either a wallet or a bomb bag. So we'll see what Icola saw there. Definitely some VC eyes going on there. Forest Temple in the Path to Evil's Bane is our first path hint. Interesting. So light arrows or something leading to there is locked by hookshot, definitely. Strength and bow, maybe. Skullmask dead. All right. Now, Dampe Race yielded nothing much, gave us Nehru's Love, and Icola is now on the way to Crater to get that free song.
Nocturne on Bolero. Nice movement for Icola as he wraps up his adult segment, looking probably to go child.
Yeah, and there he safe warps. That's almost certainly him going off to child now. Xavi, meanwhile, making his way through Lost Woods. And here are our spirit... Oh my goodness, that was very quick. Thankfully, we can cheat. Deku Water... it's Spirit Temple has the Light Medallion, and it's Deku, Water, Fire, and Dodongo Scaron for the other medallions.
Yeah, so DC and Fire are our bridge medallions today, which means we might possibly see the rare KD path for Season 8. Doesn't turn up very often.
Ooh. Yeah, we might, if that's the only logically available bomb back. Doesn't turn up often, thanks to the combination of multiple bomb bags potentially being available, plus, obviously, path prioritization taking that away from us. You would know all about that, wouldn't you?
I sure would. Yeah, I might go through it really quickly while we've covering a bit of ground that we've already seen. So path prioritization there's 2 win conditions to beat the game. It's opening the bridge, which requires the Spirit, Shadow Medallion, and the Light Arrows, and then the remaining 4 medallions to get the Ganon's boss key. So the short and easy answer to this is anything that is hard required to open the bridge cannot be hinted path to any of the other 4 medallions that are for the boss key. So, for example, we won't see a bomb bag hinted to our other 4 medallions. It has to be path to either KD, Fire Temple, or Evil's Bane. That's the short and sweet.
And
there is a third condition. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it if we see it.
I mean, we won't see it today because we already got magic. Literally Sphere 0, so that's not going to happen. The third win condition that you obviously need to be able to actually use the light arrows. So you need a bow, you need magic. Bow, you need to beat enough dungeons that's never going to come up. But magic, there are chances that you can have a completely magicless medallion dungeon layout. And so to cover that possibility, there is the third win condition that you need to be able to actually use the light arrows. And that is usually going to point you to your magic. Brock's 2 dead, that's good news. And nothing from the Deku scrub here.
Yeah, Ico skipping the ranch to start with might route it in towards the end of Child, maybe.
Now, Xavi's done in the Kokiri Forest looks to be headed. Where does he look to be headed? Well, Market, and then most likely going to do his first adult segment. So they're going to be covering each other's tracks for a moment here. Now, looking at what they both got, quite honestly, not a lot.
Yeah,
no major
Child
items yet.
There's really nothing. These are the kind of seeds that make a player really get a little bit nervous towards the start. Because it could be one of those seeds where there's just one item early sphere that locks the entire seed, and you need to find that item as quickly as possible, and you can't do anything else until you get to that. It can be somewhere like 10 Skulls, top of DC, Child Lake. Yeah, there's some bad locations it can be.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, okay, Xavi is also heading to Castle here. Goron City to Twin Rover. Hello, that's a useful path hint. That can mean a strength upgrade. That can also mean Mirror Shield, obviously, or that can mean something to get to Desert Colossus. All of those are very useful.
Yeah, the problem is we can't do anything in Goron City just yet.
Not yet. No,
That's still
no bombs,
the issue
no
that we're
nothing.
facing. No.
That being said, we're running slightly low on checks. With Xavi doing child first and then adult, it's going to be a bit more difficult for him. But for Icola, do you think he might decide to just go for a well early here and see if that maybe has progression items here?
With Icola's knowledge, knowing that like Adult CAC didn't bring anything, and he's going to find out that Child hasn't really pulled anything as well, I think Bottom of the Well might be his best choice, even without explosives and ZL.
Would he do that before doing things like Valley and Lake and South Hyrule?
I think so, just because of the lack of explosives. You never like to walk Southfield and walk straight past 2 checks. So the Bottom of the Well play might make more sense for Ico here.
Also given the fact that he has, obviously, a quick way to Kakariko with Nocturne. Yeah. Right, Xavi now also knows all about the medallions.
So Xavi typically, we'll see if he does it here. He just got nighttime, so I think we will see it. Likes to open his adult with Zura's River. So that's a new place that we haven't seen. There's a Sphere 0 check in Logic in River. Plus some more hint stones. So Xavi's going to get a lot of information and might just find exactly what we're looking for here.
And despite logic, there are also 2 more checks available to him with pretty simple tricks that even I can do. So, and with us knowing that both Frogs 1 and Frogs 2 are dead, he can full clear river at this point.
Yeah, that's a really useful hint. Makes perfect sense to go as adult here. Reset your time of day, come back down and do your cac.
Central Pillar and Water Temple has a small key. We saw that hit earlier on Xavi's side, but didn't get to talk about it because obviously there were other things going on there. So let's see what River has. That is a recovery heart up there, I think.
Yeah, that was very. That was very dark.
Didn't look important. And clearly, Xavi is heading up to Zora's domain first. Get the hintstone there, get the item there, and then on the way back down, we'll look at the grotto up top. Also gets a few more rupees here. Fire Temple on the path to King Dodongo is already very useful info.
Wow, okay. That could potentially be a hammerless fire dip potentially required there.
And that Losset says this is lens on the River Heart piece, apparently. That's interesting. We have a super early magic. Xavi doesn't know it yet, but I am pretty sure he's gonna go for that lens anyway, right?
I've seen Xavi skip it before. He does know how to get to this piece from the top, but the fact he's going this hintstone first tells me that I think he's
fired a King Dodongo hint.
Alright, if that's lens, Xavi's not interested in TCG today.
Hold on, what? Gerudo Valley to Bane and Ocarina of Time is the Sun Song. We have a second Bane hint? What the frick?
Okay, that's big.
Okay, what?
This Sphere Zero Hook in
Sphere
the
Zero
river.
Hook? Yep. Okay, so we get a Sphere Zero Hook in river. That is definitely a massive advantage for Xavi, having that early. That opens up a lot. It opens up getting into Forest Temple, which you know is also Path to Evil's Bane. Honestly, at this point, might be worth for Xavi actually to head into Forest Temple and see if he can get his path item there early. Once he's done with his early adult checks.
Yeah, it could be worth it. And this seed definitely has some path prioritization going on because we've already got 2 Evil's Bane paths. So there's some bosses that aren't getting hinted. Once we find our 5th path, we might be able to piece together a few things about where some stuff might be and why some bosses aren't being hinted.
I was going to ask that. Is there, in your opinion, is there a way we can also already parse out kind of what having 2 Evil's Bane paths means?
Well, we actually know for sure it's guaranteed that our last path is Volvagia because that's our other bridge medallion. So I mean the hammer is a unique item, so that's definitely going to get hinted Volvagia. So that means that. What does that mean? That means Deku and Water both aren't hinted. So those are our Burning Cac medallions. I don't know if we've seen what the Burning Cac song is. It could be something like Requiem. And that might be why it's not hinted.
Is Stackerico today.
What did I miss? I saw a sling. Or anything else?
So a slingshot, there's another big chest in there. There's another big chest under the rubble there that Icola can't yet get. So I'm sorry for interrupting you there, but seemed worthwhile to me.
Oh, yeah. But it's interesting. I think we can tell a little bit of information. There's either something in both Deku and Water Temple that is locking the bridge, or what I think is more likely is Burning Cac Song is locking the bridge.
Oh, okay. And Icola can now get that big chest under the rubble because there are some bomb shoes in that.
Wow.
Free logic breakers. Here we go. So, quick look at what we just learned. We also like another option might be that there is quick thinking. Okay, so that your light arrows are deep in Forest Temple, and you need both bow and strength to get to them. So the second Evil's Bane path hint could just be for getting to the end of Forest Temple here. So for either getting a bow or a strength upgrade.
Yeah, definitely could be. Yeah, I'd say that it's likely that Valley Path is something we need for Forest Temple. I wouldn't be surprised with that, as we get irons out of logic.
Yep. There's the iron boots. And let's see.
Yeah, I can't. It's either a Deku.
There's a strength upgrade. Okay. So if anything, that Gerudo. Oh my God! There's a big chest under the rubble. Yeah. Again, there is a rule of thumb in Ocarina of Time. Well is very dense in terms of checks, but it only comes in two. Oh my God! That's 2 strengths out of logic. No wait, that's one pair of iron boots and one's. Oh my goodness. Okay.
And we.
Well, like, it is very check dense. It is a lot of checks in a very short amount of time. That being said, it is also sometimes just a waste of a good 5 or 6 minutes. Because, well, mostly it just comes in 2 flavors. It's either Well of the Hero or Bait of the Well. There are basically no in-betweens. Sometimes you just find a huge amount of big chests, and sometimes there's nothing.
Yeah, Icola's going to be feeling good about that bottom of the world dip. He pulled a lot of useful stuff that can give him now some movement in his adult.
I also don't expect him to wait long to check out the rest of River here. Or rather, to check out River as well, with Strength 2 in hand. Did anybody count keys in Well? Dr. Galen asks. We know we have the one key we actually need. That's that. But other than that, I don't think we care much.
We might, if we didn't see any at all, we can completely rule out bottom of the well, because the other 2 keys would be on dead hand. But you said there was a big chest CL locked, is that right?
I did not see it. I only saw a big chest under the rubble.
Oh, okay.
Which obviously Icola was able to get thanks to the bomb chews. Okay.
Yeah,
first
if we can just rule out dead hand, that'd be really useful.
Okay, lighting flames in a composer's grave is nothing. And there's Rudo's letter, out of logic as well. Jabu we know is foolish, so that's not important a dungeon, but big chest here in early Fire Temple, locked out immediately, and we get a bomb back. That's your fire to King Dodongo path, fulfilled in the easiest way possible.
Great fire dip from Xavi. Honestly, just recognizing that there's such a high chance that Fire Temple is normally bomb locked, and you just dip in without the hammer and find those bombs.
Yep. But yeah, with fire being on the path to King Dodongo, that definitely makes sense.
And that bomb bag helps put everything back in logic for Chad, at least. Icola's made great use of his bomb chews so far. Pulled 3 major items from his 10-pack. And heading towards a Path Valley now, so we'll see what's in Valley, if it's maybe the bow for that Forest Temple, or if it's something else.
I think he's going to take a detour around the rest of South Hyrule here, to probably then warp back to Temple of Time after completing Valley and Lake. Nice. Because that, I think routing wise, that just makes sense. You can then get back to from the very south of Hyrule back to the very north of Hyrule very quickly. Right.
Oh my God.
Skull Kick grants a Hyrian shield.
Xavi is just having the worst time in Goron City right now.
Link the Goron doing what he do best. The 2 strength upgrades obviously also help Icola a lot here, given the fact that when he goes back adult, he will be able to completely. Oh my goodness!
Alright, so this is
rage quit
Xavi's.
here.
This is Xavi's Mito skip moment. He has a moment for each season. This is his Mito skip.
Goron City to Twin Rover. Now Icola knows that too. There
First
he
try.
goes. Every
GG,
try.
Xavi. Honestly, if there's any player that can like just shake off like some frustrating things that like something goes wrong, such like that. It's like I've seen Xavi do it before. He just something goes really horribly wrong. A lot of players would tilt from it. Xavi usually just shakes it off and just keeps going.
True. Mindset is a huge factor in playing a randomizer like this. You are obviously going to face setbacks. Sometimes tricks are not going to work. You're going to have execution issues. You're also just going to get trolled by the randomizer itself, because this is, after all, a puzzle game. So being able to shake off setbacks like this is so important.
Yeah, 1v1, having a strong mental in these matches is super important. It's so easy to just like mentally check yourself out of the race.
And Xavi discovers nothing much in the Goron City maze.
Let's take a look at Valley on Eco's side in this path location. We'll see if we see what we pull here.
And then another hook shot. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so that's pointing to GTG very likely without opponents at the moment. That's where I'd be thinking.
I will yell at Xavi at some point.
But for Iko's point of view, like he's seeing that as a hook shot, so he's just thinking Forest Temple. Until he sees that other hook.
Where was that again?
He's just gonna. Good question. I don't remember. Oh, it was in Zora's River. The Sphere Zero check. That's right.
Oh, right. Okay. So that's probably not too far off for Icola then. All right. Icola safe warping back to Castletown and then probably headed back adult with 2 strength upgrades in hand. Obviously, Path Goron City beckons, and so does. Well, he has no clue about Zora's River though. So that's going to be taking probably some time on the back burner.
I think so, and it looks like Ico's made a choice that with the child spawn being in market, he's not going to play with Prelude this seed.
Okay, Burning Cactus Requiem. So locked behind Deku Tree and Water Temple.
Okay. So potentially.
So your path, we already have Iron Boots. We have a hook shot. We have a path long shot. It's not for crossing the canyon. It is for crossing it is just for completing Water Temple and getting your Requiem off of Burning Cac. The path.
Yeah. I'm just looking at path priority here, and just having a think in my own head and trying to work through what might be the case. But I think that Requiem is pretty important for the bridge.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it can be for Wasteland Crossing as well, if hover boots are locked behind crossing that or otherwise not available, because the long shot allows you to get across the Sand River as well. No.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see a key on child side for sure.
I thought we had already seen a double hint for that, actually.
Oh, was that Spirit Trial or was it Child Spirit?
I thought it was Child Spirit, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I missed that. I didn't see that one. Chat saying Spirit Trial?
Spirit Trial.
Okay.
Shows what I know.
There's a lot going on, but yeah, that's interesting. I'm expecting we're gonna find Mirror in Goron City, not a second strength. Well, sorry, we already have 2 strengths, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Well, one of them is.
I
No,
think-
it's not out logic. Never mind.
And
Sorry,
Xavi
I
just cleaning up
interrupted
DC. I don't think we pulled anything from DC. Yeah, it's been pretty dry.
Yeah, no. DC seems to be an unhitted foolish dungeon. Got 2 more chances not to suck. But we still need to do it anyway. It's our Shadow Medallion. It is the first win condition, getting across the bridge to beat up Ganondorf. And yes, 2 Evil's Bane paths, Salty Cracker. My assumption still could be, for example, first one for a bow to get into Deep Forest, and then your light arrows are just going to be in Deep Forest somewhere. It's Icola and both did the Boulder Maze. And hey, big chest, top of King Dodongo. For a hammer.
Wow.
Well, that's synergy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So I'm just trying to think again, like, what can Requiem lock that's locking the bridge? So something needed for light arrows, or potentially the hover boots for Volbargia logic, maybe.
Why do you think Requiem is needed to unlock the bridge?
Because there's no Goma or Morpher path in this seed. So there has to be a reason why those weren't hinted, and Bane got hinted twice instead.
Right, the hookshot is a Bane path. Also,
Yeah.
Oh. So, by the way, someone in chat asking what is an Evil's Bane path? The path to a light arrows. So, something that gets you access to the light arrows. So if that's an Evil's Bane path, okay, now I get why we say why Water Temple seems to be perceived as important. Spirit obviously doesn't, or probably doesn't factor into the Evil's Bane discussion, except it might be for crossing the desert. We have an early lens, we have an early magic. Those are both in logic. Yeah, it's long shot to Evil's Bane. So that could be for Water Temple completion, could be for just crossing the desert and something in waiting in Haunted Wasteland. Could be for anything basically past the Gerudo area now. Or in the Gerudo area.
Yeah, I'd wanna find this mirror shield and like cross as soon as I could, because we've got everything else to beat Spirit Temple, basically. I mean, we need to find ZL still to be able to full clear it. But yeah, I think we'll see a GTG Spirit Temple crossing pretty soon.
Yeah, makes sense. Especially from Icola with 2 strength upgrades and a hookshot. Worst case, what he leaves behind is target in the woods is a piece of heart. Worst case, what he leaves behind is just a single or two checks in a lobby here in GTG. You can get basically everything else.
Ico's running out of bombs. Needs to come across that bomb bag soon.
Right under his nose, basically.
Yeah.
Basically downstairs by about 20 floors. He's not going to be able to complete King Dodongo with this. But oh wait, he actually is. He has strength. So And he's not gonna even use that bomb chew. And he had allocated for getting to King Dodongo here.
Mito, please. Yes, let's go.
Successful Mito skip. I mean, yeah, Xavi has these moments once in every tournament. Seems like just whether it's Mito skip, whether it's stopping Link the Goron, sometimes the game just trolls him and trolls him hard. Through it by just not letting him do a trick. He's done hundreds, literally hundreds of times in his life successfully.
Yeah, this game's dumb sometimes. Things just don't work. Doesn't matter how many times, you might have done it 1,000 times and then it just won't work randomly. But so yeah, I think chat pointing out like Icola is like probably gonna go in with that hammer into Fire Temple and find those bombs. I think that's pretty likely from here. If he's got that KD path, he's already pulled a hammer. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Doesn't have bow yet, but honestly, pretty good chance you can even find your fire boss key regardless, and just be done with at least the part of the dungeon you definitely need to do. Or he could surprise us all and go downhill.
Yeah, you're right, Cola. He is on 4 hearts at the moment, so might just want to hold off that fire play for just a little bit longer.
And then Zelda's Lullaby on Sacred Forest Meadow, out of logic. Until we have Saria's Song, or Minuet. That being said, Xavi is now in Forest Temple, path to Evil's Bane. Without a strength upgrade and without a bow. Working on a hope and a prayer.
Let's see if we get anything. Xavi saying no to skulls. I'm a big fan.
I am really not. But honestly, I don't get to talk. You made you made 3rd place in this tournament, so
I'm also the only player in the entire tournament to lose 3 times, so I think that's pretty special as well. So they're playing 2 completely different styles. Like Ico pushes skulls like pretty thoroughly, and Xavi's skipping completely. So,
Ooh, Ico is
if
about
anything
to
does
find...
come up on skulls.
Yeah, Ico is about to find his long shot.
Oh, this is nice. This is going to be big info for Ico.
Yeah, it will. Also, does he just... Well, nah, he's not going to go to Water Temple until he has a bow as well.
No,
Doesn't
this is
make
probably
sense.
Ico. He's got iron, so he's probably going to push this through into Lost Woods and probably following Xavi into Forest Temple, I think.
Good routing, yeah. But that does mean he's going to be missing out on that bomb bag for a little while longer.
It
Nice.
does. I think with that hammer, it's much closer. Like, you know, not as big a deal for Ico at the moment.
It is bearable, yeah, that's true.
And guess that lens. So again, these are like 2 things that Xavi said, yeah, I'm not going to bother with. Skulls and treasure chest game. So, you know, it's time Xavi's saving unless the checks have something. Then it's bad news.
Xavi does do those gambles, and he is known for doing those gambles.
Yes.
They are intelligent gambles. They are time-consuming checks, and they are going to if he can successfully skip them. If there is nothing, it's just going to be a time gain of 2, maybe 3 minutes, for example, in terms of treasure chest game. Well, you gotta call it 2 minutes with getting there. To not check a single check out of about 230 or so that are in the game and that could have a major item. It is a trade-off that is often worth making. That being said, it is still a gamble, because like this is also not winning the lottery kinds of odds, and it can burn you pretty hard.
Yeah, calculated aggression, I call it. Just being okay with losing a race if it's on those checks you decide to skip, which, as you said, they're time consuming. And I think Xavi's in a position where he needs to play a little aggressive. He's got to win 2 games in a row to be this champion. So I think he needs to try and play aggressive and force this into a final game.
Wouldn't he need to be more cautious than Icola though? Like if you're already like he basically coming from the lower bracket, you're basically starting down a game, right? You need to reset the bracket if you actually want to win the tournament.
I don't know. You can kind of see it from both sides. I think if you overplay being too cautious, you might just bleed that time to your opponent. Icola is such a good player. Sometimes you just feel like you have to do something aggressive to just balance that playing field a little bit. You can't out-cautious Icola. That's true. Icola is very thorough and very efficient. So we didn't pull anything from Forest Temple, I don't think. So we definitely need that bow to go back in.
Question is, can Icola do... I mean, Icola can do a few more checks than Xavi could with a strength upgrade. So that'll be 1, 2, 3 more checks, I think.
Nah, Xavi was able to do Courtyard with Song of Time, so...
Yeah,
Icola...
Courtyard, but then there's also Joel and Bow Chest itself. Or it's 2 checks.
Can't do Joel without the bow, though.
Man's got a point. You're right. So 1 more check.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, pretty much. There's like not really much. I mean, we could go for a vanilla bow, but it's not very often you see someone go for that. But it makes sense what Xavi's doing now. You know, he's got the hammer, he's got bomb bag. It's a progression dungeon. Let's just go through and see what we can do in here. Yep. We don't have PS set up. We don't have a bow, so...
Worst case, he's bow locked in there. And that's also good info, basically.
Yep. And you're kind of hoping, like, you really want an early boss key here, or, like, a lot of keys to make you feel good about making the climb without a bow.
Speaking of a lot of keys, Xavi has 3 already. There were 2 keys in the boss key loop. Found another one in the big lava room already. So is this going to be another key? No, there's your boss key. Perfect.
Even better.
So, question. You probably head to Volvagia after getting yourself another heart or something, because this is like 5 hearts ain't doable. ... right?
For these guys, it's doable.
Not without bomb shoes.
Yeah, but they got bomb bag now. Well,
yeah, but
bomb
not with bomb shoes because bomb shoes explode much quicker than bombs.
No, 5 hearts is the standard. Like for this level runners, 5 hearts is easy. You can do it you can even do it with 4, but you just can't get into the blue warp in time with 4 hearts.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, shows what I know. Okay. Now, Xavi gets himself the bombs. Meanwhile, Icola is pushing this, is going for that last possible check. In Forest Temple here.
Yeah, I like this from Ico. You got to push the blocks at some stage anyway.
Yeah, and
Forest is a stone. But yeah.
Forest is a stone, but you know its path. You know that you're gonna have to go there anyway, and it's not like going back here after you've done the courtyard loop is not that bad a time loss. It is maybe a minute. Also, there's out of logic, but still very useful. There is the oh my goodness, Xavi, please.
I don't know what Xavi's doing right.
What is this man doing?
He's trying to shield turn, and the game is just not cooperating today.
Did I say something about? Oh my goodness! Oh my god! That was literally the last possible second, and now he is doing Volvagia with 4 hearts.
4 heart Volv, doable, especially because he got BGS. So if he's smart with these bombs, he can hit Volvagia less with the bombs, so she pops out of the holes a bit quicker. And can get this done. But yeah, let's I don't think Xavi has a fairy, so it's gonna be tight.
He can't have one. He doesn't have a bottle, so this is literally, he needs to be perfect on this. So let's see how he does.
So if he drops 2 here, so Volvagia drops out a little bit quicker. But this is so tough.
Oh my goodness.
Xavi, that's enough. You don't need any more.
Go get her. Oh my god.
Oh,
no way.
Nah. He had it. If Volv didn't deal damage, he could have got the kill and would have just had to walk back for the blue warp.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm here for this though.
He's had enough.
Honestly. Or he might be right back here after getting the super fairy from the graveyard here to refill his magic and health.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Oh no.
Valley to Bane. He learned something important there. He's also getting another song. But yeah, that was honestly, that Volvagia fight cost him and getting the Volvagia, because again, the game chooses to troll Xavi sometimes. And doesn't allow him to shield turn for 30 seconds. Cost him a good 2-3 minutes. So that's just time he's never getting back.
It's a rough time loss. Stuffing up Volvagia is at least 2 minutes. Again, one of those things that like a lot of players will tilt here, but I think Xavi has that mental strength to just go, you know what, just keep going. So where did we get ZL? That was Minuet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so... I guess we're expecting, like, logical forest access to be a bit deep, probably on Requiem. Alright, what's Ico doing? He's bomb bagging, is just waiting for him.
Oh, sorry, Xavi is bowling and getting fire arrows. And, yeah. Icola is doing everything he can to avoid getting that bomb bag. Gets some nice
he's got 5 hearts now, so...
Fire Source, especially considering that you know your long shot is a path to your Evil's Bane, definitely important, though you don't have a bow to shoot those yet.
Yeah.
Actually,
no FAE. We're not doing that. It's not allowed.
Oh, hello. Crater Grotto's got something. Oh, right, the prescription.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Xavi got that already.
And Xavi's back child.
Yeah, he's making that Gerudo Valley play as well now.
Getting Naruto's letter. Which, by the way, does put Ice Cavern in Logic. Hadn't thought about that before, but, you know, it exists.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't have Logical ZL, but...
Water has a vanilla boss key.
I think it's just on Wasteland Crossing.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, okay, we don't have Logical ZL, this is true. But there are plenty of songs available to us. So I'm gonna call that basically in Logic, though you are, of course, right.
Yeah, I don't think Ice has anything of interest anyway. Ice is probably one of the other forest access songs, so Sario or Minuet would be my best guess. I mean, it actually has to be, doesn't it? Like, we know all the other information, so we're only missing 2 song locations.
So, look at Icola suddenly getting interested in picking apart pieces. Yeah, so we do know that Volvagia is basically available to him. Probably would like a 6th heart just to be slightly more comfortable attacking that dragon. As you said, 5 hearts is perfectly doable. 6 hearts definitely more comfy. But now gets a horse. Or gets his horse, rather. That's important info for Xavi here. He knows that this is Path to Evil's Bane, and that tells him a lot about the seed now.
Yeah. I think Icola is taking that information right now. I think he's going to GTG.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so looking back on the path priority now, it like long shot we know can't be hinted towards Morpha. So that might explain why Morpha's not hinted. We still don't really know why Goma isn't. Plus, I mean, there's still the Iron Boots that could have been hinted for Morpha, so there's got to be a reason still why those 2 bosses didn't get a hint.
Right. Now,
this makes sense. Oh, does it? Yeah, we got ZL.
It does make sense. We have ZL, and Ico has information, or like Ico knows where the water boss key is. It's vanilla.
Yeah.
So he knows that as long as he can find 2 small keys in the checks he can do, and that is basically everything not fire locked, he can clear water.
Yeah, makes sense. Do this Adult Lake and then keep going to GTG. I like this.
Yep. Again, slightly concerning because water is one of those dungeons where you can skip a lot of it if you find your boss key early, but you might be leaving behind items for that. So I'm always in favor of doing dungeons that you have to do fully anyway first. But honestly, in a final at some point, you gotta make the big decisions.
Yeah, Water Temple's just one of those dungeons as well. Like, so often you just have to leave 1 or 2 checks behind because it's just a slow dungeon and it's not linear, so it just sucks.
Pardon the pun, it's super diluted as well because it is 10 checks, of which 4 are items, the rest are keys. Yeah. 11 including Morpha actually, and adding a boss key to the mix. There's a small key in the cracked wall. That's enough for Ico to actually get his boss key. I assume he might not even lower the water at this point. Wait, you have to for boss key. Never mind.
Where's the boss key hinted again?
Vanilla.
Right. Well, you don't have to lower the water, but you've got to sink all the way to the bottom. It's
Yep.
pretty
All right.
slow.
He has his 2 keys: safe warping and getting on that. But yeah, wanting a bow, definitely. I don't disagree with that. It is just the game is not forthcoming with any of them. Yeah, Ico is choosing not to lower the water at all.
Yeah, I agree with Gola. I think just like jumping out and sinking down was probably faster, but it's just muscle memory to just reset in Water Temple all the time.
Yeah, cracked wall was another small key, so we have seen 3 small keys and not much else.
I have never seen this variation of the
an
setup
interesting
before.
variation of the side hop setup. Yeah, certainly worked.
Yeah, that was cool.
And Ico is now at 14 skulls.
Yeah, Xavi just getting loaded up in bottom of the world. We might see these ZL checks that Icola couldn't do.
So, we know 4 key locations and the boss key in Water Temple, and we have not seen a single item yet. So most likely both Dark Link as well as River as well as Dragon Chest have items. Those are never getting checked.
That's always scary.
And or Xavi has anything to say about it. Xavi is currently showing us new checks in bottom of the well that Ico wasn't able to see. So let's see if that maybe has a bow for him. That would be a huge advantage to him.
Yeah, wherever this bow is, it's really important. I think first player to find it is a big advantage, and we do have big chest on Dead Hand, so this could be
Take
big.
a look, see.
Ooh.
Not a bow. That being
That would have
said,
been helpful 5 minutes ago.
yeah, I was gonna say, would have loved to have that before fighting Volvagia.
All right, so Icola saving time there. If he can avoid going back into bottom of the well, can save time, not having to do that back room. Wow. Okay.
Well, not doing any adult lake checks.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
he can't do shoot the sun, and both fishing and top of lab are kind of slow. And he also he can't do top of lab. He doesn't have Pierre. Yeah.
Doesn't have Pierre. Doesn't have a bow to do shoot the sun. So yeah, it's really only lab dive that he skipped.
And Lake is also foolish.
Oh, and Lake is foolish. that's also a good reason not to do it. Yeah, I mean, I could see, yeah, that valley could be long shot for a bow, and the lights are just in forest this whole time. That can definitely be the way forward. Xavi's checking. Yeah, he's checking bomb shoot bowling.
Okay.
Or maybe not. Okay, I don't know what's happening.
But yeah, he did do bomb shoe bowling already, sir. There is something called fire arrows in his inventory. It is also dump your clock, it seems.
Maybe not.
Slightly early, it seems. Well then.
Where is he
Angel.
going?
Bio Angel, that emote is still very cursed.
Oh, Child Goron City. And this he could have just saved warped out of bottom of the well and climbed up, but that's okay.
Where's Child Spawn? Asks Halo 1313 in chat. It's in Bomb Shoe Bowling. Right. Fire Temple, take 2, and finally Icola finding his bomb back. He's gonna be pretty happy to see that.
Yeah, he'll love to see this. I think he's probably expecting it, but I don't know if he was expecting it this early, but yeah. Really nice. Yeah, this is a pretty high risk play from Xavi. If it's on Darunia, this walk will have been a pretty big time investment for nothing.
It is a path location, so we are expecting a mirror shield or something that gets us one in here. It can't be, for example, a bow, because that would be also required or potentially required for Fire Temple. If hover boots aren't available.
Yeah, and I think that's probably Xavi's thought process is he's planning to go to Spirit, and he wants to have that mirror shield if he can. And there it is.
And there it is. That's
Yeah,
a mirror
I like
shield
it.
in Goron City. He's also obviously going to check Goron Pot while he's at it. A piece of furniture that's actually standing on my desk right now as a pen holder. The Goron Pot.
Okay.
There's a really good 3D printable model of that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, Xavi pulling out the sword for real this time. Yeah, we might see Xavi also beat Water Temple here but I think then Xavi's definitely planning to head over into the Gerudo area.
Fire could still be hover slot depending on where your bow is. That's why we don't know. Obviously, you need a bow, or you most likely need a bow. No, not likely, but you potentially need a bow to progress past the lower maze. So we can't say for sure if fire is hovers locked or not. It is certainly either hovers or bow locked. Did Xavi get the water boss key hint? I do not think so. I think that hint was in a place that only Icola checked. So going water is certainly a bigger gamble for Xavi than Icola.
Yeah, Xavi looks like he's heading to GTG.
And that is Volvagia done for Icola. And thus, only light arrows away from getting it again as castle.
Something tells me light arrows are not going to be as easily acquired.
We have 2 Evil's Bane path hints, you figure?
All right. So does Xavi do GTG here? Is interesting question. I think he will, but again, Xavi has that aggressive playstyle where he's got progression over at Spirit. He might just want to go head straight for that. Yeah, with the bow still missing, that's why I was thinking he might as well. I think if he had a bow, he might be more likely to skip past it. Mirror Shield was on Goron City on Hot Rodder. Yeah, he's getting money, so he's going GTG.
Okay, Icola getting a skull here. Did he already do Child Kakariko for skulls? Nighttime
I
Cat?
don't think so. No, I don't think so. So I think this
Then
is setting
that's
up
likely to
Tempe
follow.
time. Yeah.
Yep. Save warping here to Temple of Time, going Child, getting Dampe done, getting up to 20 skulls, and then seeing what's what. And likely, while we're in Kakariko with Zelda's Lullaby, then he will most likely also go back in the well to just see if well continues to be stacked also on the dead hand checks.
I think so. I think that's a sensible play. It'd be uncharacteristic for Ico to skip past the well if he's already in Nightcack. All right, well, new checks on Xavi's side in GTG, and all eyes on Ico when he heads to Nightcack on the skull count, because that will be two very important checks. I don't think we've seen Richard yet either. And we might even see a Lens game.
Well, Lens, yeah, that's a check that Ico can do that Xavi won't be able to. So that is definitely something interesting here. And yeah, get your guesses in chat. Mine is the same as always. Left, 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 right, right.
I mean, team right to start.
There is nothing all right with this seed. Oh, hello there.
Well, there's a big boy. All right, I'm out already.
Another slingshot. That wasn't it. Goomba, are you counting checks in logic? Oh boy.
Oh, the left side gamers have got it so far.
Oh, I'm out.
Team left.
Oh, off by one
Oh.
for me.
I think we had one person, Benji. I think Benji got it.
I think Benji now is now owed a sub. Is this what the tradition dictates?
I don't know. I'm not gifting it.
Might be me.
All right, so TCG was dead, so that's one check that Xavi survives. Yeah, you can be the S8 champion, Benji. Oh,
Big
big boy
chest
here.
up here in the maze right side, and it's a Zora tunic. Central pillar is another key, so that might be logically relevant.
Yeah. That's true, I guess. I always get sad when that's true.
Now, we've seen
I'm just-
Dante, we've seen Richard and Treasure Chest game. Now on to 10 and 20 skulls, so let's see what that is. This is, again, checks that Xavi has chosen to entirely forego, so let's see.
So I'm just loving chat getting super hyped over some clothes at the moment. Alright,
are
let's see
cool.
what's on these checks.
Double magic,
Okay, so
blue fire
Xavi can
arrows,
live without that.
and a bow!
Oh, shit.
Xavi might be screwed.
He needs another bow. Big time.
He really needs to get another bow.
That is bad news. Wow. It's
isn't
not
close
over.
to being over, but this is definitely a disadvantage in Xavi's book. It is his choice to play aggressive here. As you said, calculated aggression. I said the odds are not high, but they're also not winning the lottery low. And yeah, sometimes you just make the wrong choice. So he needs to get bailed out here. He does need another bow.
Yeah, Icola's going to be feeling very, very good about that. Making the same play as well, heading up to get his Mirror Shield, and then off to GTG and Spirit as well. But equipped with a bow is a very big advantage right now.
We are Kakiri Swords and Night Arrows from Go mode, right? And we do know that there is an so far unfulfilled Path to Evil's Bane in Forest Temple.
Yeah. And that K-Sword again, like it hasn't been hinted. So there's again, there's got to be a reason why that K-Sword hasn't been hinted. So I'm curious, what's in Forest Temple? If it's not the lights. I don't know. This one, I'm a little bit stuck on. I think there's a way to figure out where the Kakiri Sword actually is in this seed, based on the hints that we have.
Oh my god! So that Losset is bringing the curse. If you want chaos, if you want drama, if you want the randomizer to really screw with all of us for this grand final, that Losset says the Forest Bane is boomerang for all dungeons.
That's horrible.
That being said, even though you say that Losset, I think we saw a Sunsong hint. Someone back me up on this.
Maybe. Yeah, I think chat's probably right. I think they got to figure it out with K-Sword being in Forest and the lights are going to be in Spirit.
Potentially. There is Minuet
lights
here,
in
okay.
Taku.
Okay.
Alright, where's Icola going now?
You thinking about ice? No, I think he left some checks behind in Goron City, might be. Oh, Forest for the Bane Path. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, right, of course.
We don't have Minuet or any other way to get there quickly, so this is it.
Yeah, Icola doesn't know that Minuet's on Requiem, and if he does find the K-Sword here, he's got a fast way to get Requiem as well. Alright, we do get a key on adult side, so we can continue.
Alright, now fulfilling that Bane Path. Makes sense. Do your path dungeons and then...
Yeah,
learn more.
Especially like I really do. I think I agree. It's K-Sword or something that leads to K-Sword. I think is, for me, what makes the most sense.
There's a scale inside Spirit Temple, boss key already as well for Xavi. So we're 2 small keys away from being able to complete Spirit Temple.
Yeah, Xavi needs a different bow. He can't grab that 20. He's not going to, and if he has to, he's
already lost, honestly.
Yeah.
Icola not forgetting about the eye check here. Good thing he didn't, because that is a small key which he needs. Could also obviously just be Evil's Bane, or just light arrows right here in Forest Temple, and then sword, for example, Kokiri sword in Ganon's castle somewhere.
I don't think that makes sense for the path prior. I think because Goma would need a path in that case, because Goma wouldn't be locking the bridge if it was in Ganon's castle. So
the randomizer guarantees you 1 path of either kind, but
because it gave a duplicate of 1, because we have the 1 path per goal setting.
Oh yeah.
So I think Deku either has to have hovers and Volvagia is hovers locked, or Deku has lights.
Right. Okay. I think Ico already has his has all his keys or close to it, and there is a Goron tunic for Xavi. Boss key.
Yeah, we'll know a lot more when we find whatever this item is in Forest Temple.
Yeah. That will tell us more. So, speaking of finding whatever this item is This is gonna be a vanilla bow. It is. Well,
That's
no. It is the light
light.
arrows. There's your evil's bane. So, can we talk about again? Can we again talk about what might be in Ganon's castle or not?
I don't understand.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you the answer about this without diving into the code. But those lights are accessible without a bow.
Yeah, I think hovers have to be logically required for Volvagia. So hovers in either Deku Tree or hovers in Child Spirit.
This is one of those times where I really
it's
think the logic is complicated enough that I might ask Trez to have a peek at the spoiler log for this one.
I mean, these are the type of seeds where like I spend too long worrying about it and less time actually focusing on my gameplay. And I do dumb stuff.
Just play the video game for the moment. Now, Xavi is almost done with Spirit Temple. We have him now on the way to Twin Brova. Obviously, he has not yet taken any look at Child Spirit. How could he without Requiem?
Yeah, so again, interesting situation for Icola. He's got a lot more items and could skip GTG. We don't know if he should or not because we haven't seen the bow checks in GTG yet. Yeah,
Are we going to see them now? I'm not sure.
Maybe. At least I agree that Ganon's castle can't have it. I mean, Tobias, I don't know how you feel about that, but from my understanding, I think that's the only place we can rule out right now.
Just in terms of path prioritization, I would disagree. But if you say it tries, I remember that the randomizer tries to avoid having duplicate paths and having dungeons eliminated in favor of that. But it is not a hard and fast rule. It's weighted against that. It's not 100%. But I might be wrong.
It is. Yeah, it's guarantee. So if a Goma path existed, it would give one instead of a double Evil's Bane.
I'm not going to dive into the code while we're on commentary together, but I'm going to have a look later at how it does the path distribution here. Now. Why do we need code diving KLO? Just because I am very confused right now, and I am trying to grasp at straws, trying to explain what this logic means. What we do know is we are missing, or we there should be a Goma path, we all think, but there isn't. And that's kind of a problem.
And we have all the always hints, so it's not on any of those. And I don't think we've seen a Volvagia path yet, but it has to be that. Because a Volvagia path is guaranteed when it's a bridge path.
Well, there's one of each guaranteed.
Yeah, but Volvagia can't get cancelled out. Goma can get blocked because it locks bridge. Volv can't. Anyway, Xavi's going back in for a second attempt at Volvagia.
Yeah. Probably much more successful this time. Has another heart. He also has a bottle for fairies. Should be easy, right?
He's
I
fully
say,
prepped.
cursing him.
It's all about the jump to the boss key. He's going for more fairies as well.
And it's just jump to the left of the boss door.
Yeah. It's a bit annoying. It's not too bad, but when you're under the pressure of a heat timer, your brain can do funny things.
Joss, at least someone got the answer. And Tober as well. Just thanks for two people actually picking up what I'm putting down.
Oh no, Xavi! He's got the Goron tunic. All right.
Oh yeah.
He's got it.
Now, bow checks. Fountain and Ice has been in Logic for a long time. But again, it's kind of out of the way, and you know the song itself is likely not going to help you.
Yeah, chat's looking at like basically water temple items. We know the long shot has been required for Evil's Bane, but the iron boots haven't been used yet. So we're trying to find a way that irons get used. So that's where Fountain's coming into play. As you mentioned, there's still 4 items in Water Temple that we haven't seen. So Water Temple is not a bad place to get back to. Well, to go back to. It sucks that we don't have Serenade. Tectite Grotto is another one. Yeah, I think that's been peaked though. So I think we can rule that one out. I don't know if we saw Toilet or if we got a hint for Toilet. Xavi didn't do Toilet? Okay. I definitely wasn't counting keys, so Icola will do that for us. Yeah, and Xavi didn't have a bow, so maybe save Toilet for after he got a bow. Yeah, it looks like Icola's routing back around, so I think this might be this check, and if he's been counting keys...
Potentially Toilet, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Ice does feel bad. I'd be more inclined to go back to water before ice.
And Xavi is now headed. Has played Minuet. Is he headed back in the Forest Temple? Yes, he is. He's going to. I mean, he has 2 strength upgrades now, so he can progress to the bow chest. He just can't progress further.
He's getting desperate. He's feeling the pinch of that bow, I think.
Yep, slowly but surely, just his options narrowing down.
if he goes for the vanilla bow and pulls
He
lights,
will.
that's...
It's a bow accoutrement. It's not a bow.
I mean, there's still a chance he doesn't. Like, he might just do the Floor Master and that's it. But to come in here for one check, I don't know.
He's going to do the Floor Master as well. Nice shooting by Eco here. Just casual 1840. And that's strength 3.
Wow. I don't think we're going to need that, but... Yeah, Icola's insane. I saw him get a 2000, like, recently. That's... I didn't think it was possible. He's insane.
OGC is forever lurking. Does that even still save time? That's such a boomer strat nowadays.
It saves a very small amount of time.
Yeah, but like with a gate now opening immediately and the cutscene just being basically skipped or rather short to a few frames, that literally saves no time.
I mean, I haven't timed it. I think it still might save like a second. I don't know, but I'm getting outvoted by chat, so maybe it's slower. It definitely used to save time. Before the cutscenes, before we were blessed with cutscenes.
A lot of boomers in this shit, to be fair. Hello?
Icola never got fire arrows, did he?
He
Can't do
not.
wastelands.
Nope.
And that's gonna mean he's gonna have to do bow crap in spirit.
Or Icola. But that does mean he can show us that check. Which, which Xavi couldn't. By the way, also a check where the Kokiri sword could live. I think.
Yeah,
Because
well, I think
long shot.
potentially K-Sword can just be anywhere. It just depends what's actually in Deku. We've got good places to look. It's always a bad time when you say that water is your probably best location to go, though.
Water is your like you know a seed's gone to shit, honestly, when you say water is your density play.
When water's your density play and someone's doing vanilla bow check without a bow.
Yep. Things have gone off the rails, and I love it for this grand final.
Still, Xavi will be happy to find this. It opens up Ganon's castle for him, and he could just find another bow in there.
Xavi just now probably going, really? Really?
I know
Nah,
I know
not
Ganon
really,
is
but, you know.
dead, but for Xavi, this could be his bailout. If there's another bow in here,
Oh,
this could be Xavi's bail.
that'd be huge.
Yeah.
Those are in chat suddenly claiming Kokiri sword is logically required for fire. Enlighten us. Or race mod of the A Link to the Past origins. Ow. But yeah, so Icola now in Spirit Temple, kind of tracing Xavi's steps here. Xavi can at least show us half the checks inside Ganon's castle. Well, minus Spirit Trial 2. So slightly less than half.
Yeah, this is a big moment for Xavi. He really needs to find something in here. Yeah. Yeah, bow is the best thing he can find. Yeah, exactly right as well. Chat saying, like, obviously we're seeing two perspectives, so we know a lot more about this play than Xavi does. I think from as far as Xavi can tell, like, this Ganon's Castle is just a good density play and can have any progression items still.
Xavi's also prepping, evidently, for an ice play.
He also hasn't dipped water yet. I guess without a bow, you never like to. Without that boss key hint.
No, not really.
Oh. This is the chance.
We are slowly running out of bait, so this could be big. It is a wallet, though. Speaking of running out of bait, not quite yet.
Well, that's another, like, Volvagia item that we need. So it's not that wallet to beat Volvagia. That's locked behind beating Volv. So we still need either the other wallet or the Goron Tunic for Volv to be in Logic.
The Goron Tunic has been found. That's been on the right side of Maze.
Oh, we have a Goron Tunic?
We do have a Goron Tunic. I think Xavi definitely found it. I don't know if that was... oh no, Goron Tunic was in Spirit. We're about to see it on Icola's side as well. Right side Maze was a Zora Tunic. Spirit, hallway, invisible chest right.
Oh, damn. Okay, is that... Maybe we should count keys in Spirit then.
Excuse me, what?
It could be Spirit key logic for a Goron Tunic. Is the reason why Goma doesn't have a path hint.
You just fucking press hard reset button. Excuse me?
I don't know. It's too complicated. I don't want to dive into Spirit key logic. Let's just play the close our eyes and point game and pick a location. Yeah, when you're confused, the answer's Spirit key logic. 90% of the time. When you mix Spirit key logic with path prioritization, you get a very ugly baby.
I was gonna say that's not a tasty drink, but you know. I'm gonna say all the other bows are in light trial. That'd be the worst case.
It's so evil.
I mean, that's basically that's a death sentence for Xavi at this point. But it's starting to feel like the other bows are just the game just chose to park two bows in light trial, entirely bow locked because strength 3 is chilling in on horseback archery.
I mean, and the thing is, like, Xavi needs to get bailed. Yeah, he needs to get bailed by a bow. But then he also needs to find the K-Sword that's in a rubbish location that Icola is going to struggle to get to. Because for as long as Xavi's looking for this bow, he's not gaining any time back on Icola until he finds more progression as well.
And yeah, he's still missing Water Temple as well. He's choosing to... Because he doesn't have the Water Boss Key location hint that Icola got. Which I still don't remember where Icola got that. Small keys and junk on the right side. On the right hand. Sorry, small key left hand, junk right hand. I still don't remember where Icola got that, but there was definitely a hint that Rolling Boulders and Water Temple has the boss key. So boss key's just vanilla. That is the reason Icola already did Water Temple. And Xavi has avoided that so far because, of course, bow missing puts so much of Water Temple out of off limits.
Yeah, without a fire source, you really don't want to dip water unless you have that information that Icola had. So that was a really strong hint.
Sacred Forest met on the path to Volvagia. There it is. ZL?
It can't be ZL. Song of
No, ZL
Time?
can't be it. Song of Time was the other song on Sacred Forest Meadow. Oh! Right side maze! It's the Goron tunic!
Wait, what? I'm confused.
The Goron tunic is on right. No, wait. My brain again. Still, Goron tunic is still in Spirit Temple, but it's the Zora tunic is right side maze, and Central Pillar is a small key.
All right,
which is
so that's
logically required to get your boss key in Water Temple because it's on boss key. It's 5 key locked. So.
So that's water key logic for spirit key logic to get a Goron tunic. Is that what we're saying? I think it is. That's so rubbish. So there's got to be a key on Charlotte's side, which logically locks the Goron tunic in adult spirit. A tunic for a tunic. Oh my god.
Tunic for a tunic for, like, you need neither of them, and that's your Volvagia path. I'm not going to continue this randomizer hobby. I think I'm just gonna start woodworking instead.
Yeah.
Or something.
No, so Inko, it's just for Requiem. So that's why there's no Goma path, is because you need Requiem off Burning Cack to get a Goron tunic. So the Kakiri sword can literally be anywhere. So Xavi's play right now is fine. Density is the best place to go.
Yeah.
He could find K-sword here, and then he just needs to get bailed out by another bow.
Just is a strong word for that, though. Again.
Oh yeah.
If the randomizer is truly evil and truly just hates Xavi, it has parked 2 bows in Light Trial, or 1 in Light Trial and 1 on OGC. Skull Kid is hinted nothing. I don't think we have seen a Dancing Dad hint. Could be Darunia. Who knows?
Darunia would be such a bad spot.
Oh my god, Arcane Onion, that is so good! Quote, Hyrule, the only place where ice is denser than water. We know 4 small key and 1 boss key locations for Water Temple. So Water Temple is a spare small key, right? So 6 small keys, 1 boss key, and 4 items. Oh right, Morpha as well. So yeah, 5 small key locations, 1 big key location, 1 small key missing in Water Temple, and 4 friggin' items. Which Eco knows, but Xavi doesn't. Now, God, I hate this path. I hate this Volvagia path so much.
It's one of those ones that you just turn your brain off and you don't think about. Just play the density. Go where the items are.
Anything Song of Time can be besides Tunic at this point? Toilet.
I mean, no, because Icola, I think, keys. I think Toilet is a key. Like River Chest, definitely.
The path to Volvagia might make sense. If the other wallet is also Tunic locked, then the Tunic is definitely logically required for Volvagia, so...
Yeah,
just-
Eco
just look-
following. So, I guess really Xavi doesn't want to see a bow here anymore if Icola's going this way. Oh
He's
my
gonna
god,
find
it's
one.
big boy.
He's going to find one.
If it's a bow, it's good. K-sword, maybe not. Oh my
Oh
god!
my god, Xavi!
Xavi's back in it, and he's going straight to
Failed,
Water Temple.
but at what cost? The thing is, Xavi can now do something that Eco couldn't, and that is go check Water Temple as well.
Yeah.
Go check Water Temple for the items. Whereas Eco
And he-
is now headed for Ice Cavern as well.
Where is he going though? Is he?
Uh,
Well, fire is more dense. It's just water is progression. This is a.
Says Kalo, shall we refresh our commentary pages?
All right. I shall.
And remember, deep fire finds a way.
Yeah, I mean, every time I lose an important race, it's usually deep fire. So I respect the deep fire play.
And remember, like, we don't need Pierre anymore. We can do Pixel Shot. Both of these
Nope.
runners, they
Yeah.
are in the grand finals of
Hell yeah.
the ORTR main tournament. They can Pixel Shot all day.
Yeah, we might need 4 laps for Link the Goron, but we can do Pixel Shot. No question.
Oh my god, Hyper! The shade!
It's alright. I lost to Xavi, so I I can't shit talk really.
You get one freebie, honestly.
Alright, so yeah, wow, this is I mean, we're essentially even now. Icola just has a water temple completion. That bow is just like shot Xavi straight back into this race.
I'm not gonna say shot straight into this. Icola still has a dungeon completion. SFM to Volvagia. There was the path hint, and the path hint that cost honestly that cost me to lose a little bit of faith in humanity for whoever would code such a thing.
Oh
There's
my
the
God.
other wallet. Is that
That's
tunic
another-
locked?
That's tunic locked as well. Yeah, so that's confirmed now. We need the Goron tunic.
And there's silver block in. Okay. Why is that tunic locked? Wait, lower mace. Okay.
Yeah, you. It's only the first few checks in Fire Temple that's not tunic locked.
Oh right,
once you
anything in
get
the
past
big
the
lava
big-
room. Yeah, got it. This seed is worthy of a grand final in the worst
This is-
possible way.
This is so awesome.
So we don't get a Goma hint just because. Well, that's still the open question. Why don't we get a Goma hint instead of
Yeah, it's
Evil
because
Spade.
it's because of Burning Cack. That's why. Because you need to beat Deku Tree to get Requiem for Spirit Key Logic for that Goron tunic. So because Burning Cack locks the bridge, you can't get a Forest or Fire Medallion path.
And so we are just entirely. Oh, you can't get a Forest of Fire Medallion path at all. Okay,
Yeah.
now I understand.
Yeah.
And so we are just entirely at just in I hate the word, but this is a Kokiri Sword casino. It can be
It is.
anywhere at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can it be inside
This is-
Ganon's castle?
No. That's the one place it can't be.
Cool.
Because
can-
beating Deku Tree locks the bridge because we need that Requiem.
Okay. So that's the one place we can rule out, but OGC would be a thing.
OGC is the thing for sure. Let's watch Xavi do this pixel shot because this trick is cool. I love this trick.
Benji, the answer is in the path command, and you're gonna get brain damage from reading it. So someone in chat asking, okay, we hear Goron tunic. Why is this so exciting? Why, like, they both have it. The problem is that the Goron tunic in Spirit Temple explains the shoddy path hints we got all seed. because it is logically required to beat Volvagia, and thus logically required to get into Ganon's castle, right? So, because the Spirit and Shadow Medallion lock access to Ganon's castle, and the randomizer, thanks to path prioritization, will prioritize giving us hints to that first goal, the bridge, to the point that you can't get an item hinted as path to, for example, in this case, Goma or Morpha, if it's also needed to unlock the bridge. In this case, though, because of how the items are laid out, you need to complete Deku Tree and Water Temple before ever setting foot, logically, into Ganon's castle. Because logically, you would need Requiem to get that Goron tunic, because there is a small key on Child's side of Spirit Temple, which we don't need because we don't waste keys. But logic says the player might waste keys, so gotta guard against that.
Yeah, perfect explanation. So now we're just watching to see where this Kokiri sword is going to be, and Deep Fire is not looking great right now, with Xavi getting near the end.
But also not entirely out of the question.
Not yet, and it's something Icola might want to go back to as well.
No, it's dead. There's 2 small keys left. I don't think Volvagia was a small key, so. Should be a small key in here, and
Xavi's continuing, so
I miscounted keys, quite obviously.
we might have missed one.
Icola
doesn't know it. Icola doesn't know it, but that bow is horrible for him to see there.
Horrible for his game, yeah.
He might even know it, because he might know that Xavi was gonna skip skulls. I don't know if Xavi did that in their last matchup. But Xavi is a pretty aggressive player and is known to skip them. Doesn't always. But yeah, if I found a bow on 20 skulls and then I found another one, I wouldn't be happy. We are getting adult shooting gallery, though, I think, from Icola. This is new.
New information. It's our last Kakariko check. But it's just a heart container.
And Icola is save quitting.
Maltak asks, where were the wallets? IGC and Tunic locked in fire. Now, Icola might show us Ganon's castle or OGC at least. Depends on if he reads the logic like we do. The problem here is obviously Icola would need to do that, but also, play a video game at super high execution level.
Yeah, this is not easy to decipher while playing and routing and looking for your items. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ico goes in. If he doesn't, then yeah, well played to him. Because it's not easy to do while playing.
Kamal, the entirety of the seed is everything inside Ganon's castle is behind Deku because Requiem is in Burning Cack and everything is horrible. And Requiem is logically required to ever get across the bridge.
What Xavi needs is for Icola to do everything that he's been doing. So he needs Ico to go Fire Temple right now, or something else that he's already done to help him get some time back and have more time to look for this K sword.
No, honestly, if Ico... Oh, this is... doing this, for example, is a problem. He's checking Darunia, or yeah.
Yeah, we don't have.
I don't think there's much left, much else left in Child. But the thing is, if it's in Water Temple, like if the Kokiri sword is just chilling in Water Temple in one of the 4 item checks that we haven't seen there,
That's GG.
That just catapults Xavi straight into the lead.
Yeah.
Just some shenanigans in chat going on that make me laugh.
All right. Well, yeah, it's good. I mean, we're seeing new checks on both sides. Icola's choosing to do like the last few scattered checks of Child, which I don't mind. I mean, at this stage, we are really kind of getting to scattered checks left. I'd be surprised if Icola doesn't go back into fire soon.
Yeah. Drew, 9 out of 10 co-workers we surveyed don't have a problem with bullying in the workplace.
Oh,
It's the hover boots. Put those back.
Now we just need to find Dins. Dins in water, and then both of them need each other's items.
We not and pretend we did?
FAE back on the table. Let's go. But no, that's banned. We're not allowed.
All right. So if you're Xavi, do you keep on keeping on in Water Temple after you find the boss key?
He's done a full clear fire and he has no serenade. I think he stays.
I'm quoting myself from earlier, but isn't this his density play at this point?
This is his density now.
Ugh.
Until he finds Dins, this is his best location. He does have to go back to GTG as well. He didn't have a bow when he went through GTG.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably where he's going after this. We're seeing Darunia.
Darunia's not the answer.
Every check now is like a heart in your mouth moment.
Oh,
you just
no.
don't know when it's going to be over.
Alison, Icola does know the Sacred Forest Meadow to Volvagia hint.
Cool trick for him, Xavi, coming up here to get to the middle platform.
Yep.
Without hover boots, it's not as easy as it looks.
We handing in Ruda's letter.
Oh god.
Excuse me?
This is not a Xavi play. No, surely.
Brother.
We don't have the rank, do we?
We do not have the boomerang, and also Jabu is hinted foolish. That ain't.
All right. Well, we're seeing Child Domain anyway. I know this is a check that Icola like tries to avoid if possible as well, but this just shows how desperate we're getting. And wants to do big pose. That's a good point as well.
His only bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
Now Xavi's about to find his boss key. And yeah, water at this point is not a bad play, just in terms of items left on the table. There are 4 items in this dungeon, and so far all he's found is keys.
He's got his keys, so he gets put in an awkward situation. Does he continue clearing or raise the water level and try and push Morpher? Because if you raise it, you got to lower it again to do the other checks.
He keeps clearing, I think.
I just saw chat ask as well if Xavi wins, when is the last game? They haven't scheduled yet. They're just one at a time. Like they might not need to play another one yet. We hope like it's going to be this weekend, but that's up to the races to decide.
Yeah, Tomal asks, for the sake of stirring up crap, can the Kokiri sword be on Sunscrave? No, I think we've seen a hint that says it can't. Also, I know you're all hoping for all dungeons, but I think Sunscrave has actually been hinted.
We might get an oops AD though. Well, no, not with Xavi was a foolish. I don't think that's actually good. Yeah, okay. Xavi's at least clearing the middle checks.
Which absolutely makes sense.
This should be... I think we're going to see items, right? Yeah.
It's a junk item. 1.
Alright, so that's junk item 1. Yep. Yeah, Xavi does still need to be collecting keys if he wants to do the other keylock stuff.
Yep. And there's Din's fire.
Din's. Oh my god.
No. Back. Stone Shadow. Stone freaking Shadow finds a way.
Oh, wow. Okay, potentially advantage Icola. Both the shadow items were in child cleanup.
Yep. That being said, just like potentially, it is also a huge bet to go into Stone Shadow here. It is an entirely linear dungeon, and it can be entirely useless if you're unlucky. First, we're checking. Well, clearly,
yeah, because he bailed after he turned in 20 spells last time he was here.
Icola never wants to be a child again, ideally. So he's cleaning up this now. Listen. Actually, we should get a bet started on K-Sword. Baseball!
What's left in the game now? Oh, Phantom Ganon, put it there.
Sure. Remember, the only place it can't be is inside Ganon's castle. So there's your beam bet. Din's was Zora diving.
Phantom Ganon has been the troll of Season 8. Alright, put your bets in. Where do you think the K-Sword is?
This is all so cursed.
Okay, so
invisible spinning blades, right?
Decision time for Xavi. Does he dip back into water? He's got his 2 keys. It looks like it.
Yep, we're going back in. This is...
And we know this is probably the best thing Xavi can do because it's checks Icola hasn't done.
Yep. Like, this is on behalf of Xavi. If you're rooting for Xavi, if you're rooting for a... Oh my god. If you're rooting for a... Yeah. For a game 2, for a bracket reset and then a final decision maker game, what you want is for Dark Link or River Chest or Dragon Chest to be the K-Sword for Xavi.
Yeah, so...
Because Xavi honestly has no dice if the K-Sword ends up being in Shadow.
Because of the tunic logic as well, remember, we need the Zora tunic to lock Morpha, so there has to be a small key behind one of these checks that Xavi's doing right now. Otherwise, that small key would not come into play for the boss key. So there'll be one small key, but there's still 2 items, I think, that Xavi hasn't seen.
Yeah, 3 items, I think. Seen 1
3?
junk item so far. Yeah, we've seen 1 junk item so far, and there is what's left. For Xavi, there's.
I think we might have seen 2, but maybe I'm
Have
mistaken. I don't know. Well, he's only got 3 checks left.
Yeah, true. Well, and Morpha, which we know is a key.
Mm-hmm.
Virgil says we only have 1 item. All right, well,
Oh.
next 3 are all going to be items.
Oh, right, because Morphle was a key. Yeah.
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 All right. Junk item 2. It's a heart piece. 2 left. It's River Chest and Dragon Chest. Meanwhile, Icola is now progressing into Shadow Temple as the density play.
Oh, is that a big boy? I can't tell.
No.
I couldn't tell through the gate. No,
It is a big boy!
Is this it? No,
Nope,
it's not.
It's bottle percent for chat.
And okay, but Xavi says that he doesn't need to do that last check. So
apparently Xavi thinks it's a key, yeah.
comes behind again. Oh man,
How?
this is probably just Australian internet more than anything.
It's German internet as well in that case. I'm just gonna take a peek at stream delay.
All right, well, chat, you're just gonna have to hold your reactions for 5 seconds so we can react.
Creeping up there, it's at 34 and 35 seconds, but yeah. Oh well. Should be fine.
Yeah, well, I think Xavi's just pushing density at this stage. And you know, he's missed GTG, but this is where you can metagame yourself as well, like whether your opponent did GTG with a bow or not. But to Xavi's knowledge, like the only bow that exists is the Ice Cavern one, so. So I guess while Xavi's doing checks that Icola's already done, eyes on Shadow Temple for Icola. This is a big play for him.
Mm-hmm.
If it's dead, a lot of time loss. If it's got the go mode, then it's just GG, new S8 champion.
Wasteland was not hinted dead. Wasteland is definitely a possibility, and Xavi is gonna be match in a little bit. Catching up on both checks. Icola is out of bombs. Insert damn flashback meme here.
Are there any bomb drops in Shadow? I didn't even know if there are any.
There are not, and he has 1 bomb chew left, which is.
I mean, he could use that shoe on the Beamos and Rage.
No. He needs to use that shoe. He needs to use that shoe on the debris in the Gipto room.
Yeah,
and only there.
Yeah, because he can use strength on the pot.
Yep.
Cola. I feel sorry. Yes,
This
resource
very
management.
much decided a semi-final. It was Spike Vegeta versus Gogeta, and I was on comms. Hence the Nam flashbacks.
Chat saying he has 0 explosives.
Oh my god.
But Icola does have a lens, so he can peek that debris and know whether it's big. It might be a small key that he might not be able to see, but at least he would know if it was a major item or not.
Ooh, Alfalfa Field tells us there's a guaranteed bomb drop in a pot in the crusher room. Interesting.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did not
Damn,
know
game
that.
knowledge.
But hey, yeah, I do wonder how that game knowledge came about.
I don't even know where all the pots are.
Ryuken. Spike Vegeta versus Gogeta was an epic battle in context as well.
Oh, he's a big boy.
It's a scale.
It's a dead
Lake
scale.
No, Lake is foolish. Oh.
Yep. Oh,
There's another biggie.
the last bottle.
bottle. Chat's at bottle percent. Let's go.
Are we still behind? I've refreshed like 3
How are we
times.
behind?
I will refresh again, chat.
It's not the comms page. I think we will just gonna need to live with losing 5 seconds of game footage here. And baseball pushing the refresh button on those streams.
Yeah.
Boom. Now it needs to sync back up so that we actually see what's going on.
Xavi
Xavi
is
going inside Ganon's castle.
back, and we know this is dead. So this is time given back to Icola right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said, this is something that thinking about this on the fly, while routing, while being under that stress of your one item from go mode, very easy to not pick up these fine little details.
So, what have we not seen in Ganon's? It doesn't matter, it can't have the K-Sword, because K-Sword locks access to Ganon's castle. It's not in Shadow that leaves the end of Forest Temple, honestly. And that's it, basically.
Did Xavi skip Wasteland? I think he did, right?
Yes. But there's a big chest here, and literally... Oh,
The other bow,
interesting.
maybe?
So, funnily enough, over on, like... So in terms of comms delay, for some freaking reason, I can actually watch on ZSR Twitch right now, and the stream is ahead of what I'm seeing on my commentary page.
Oh god.
Good grief. Thanks, technology. So yeah, I guess we're just coming off of the Twitch stream now.
I mean, we could, yeah.
Yeah, blame Trez indeed. That's one for us to figure out technology-wise later.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's like 5 seconds behind. Alright, Xavi's heading to OGC. We know this is dead, I think. I think Icola checked this one. So back of Shadow. Shadow hasn't come up with anything other than bait. We got 4 more checks left. Icola's all set with keys. So we know it's 4 checks left.
Hmm. All right.
All right, that's a reset from Xavi. But where was he save? Is this GTG? It is. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's... Oh, I like that scum. So now he can go Wasteland. Yeah, honestly, that was nice. Like, finding those golds and, like, from your POV, you think Light Trial is in play. That makes sense. Set up a save in GTG and then, yeah, push the density and come back. I like it.
Yep. That it makes total sense. Right. Haunted Wasteland then, and just Bongo left in shadow. For this not to have been just a complete waste of time for Icola. That being said, honestly, I am no longer 100% of convinced to have seen a Spirit Temple. A Sunsong Grave hint. So who knows? Maybe it's just it's the shit stirrer option, and it is all dungeons. Who knows?
Wasteland's dead, and Xavi's climbing out. What didn't he do in Spirit?
He didn't do torches because he didn't have a fire source, had no bow, yeah. So no bow lock checks at all.
Did Icola do the check? I know he didn't have fire arrows. Did he do bow stuff? I wasn't looking.
He did. Oh, good question. Oh crap! Yeah.
All right, let's see if Shadow was a complete bait. Xavi needs to say adult. We know there's nothing in child that helps him. So, I can feel the agony.
That's another major item that we haven't found yet.
Now, Shadow was a great play. Like, that's... Icola had to go there. He's just so unfortunate that he found Dins and Hoppers in his child cleanup. And it came up bait. And here we go. We have a big chest here.
No way.
Yes! So that's it.
Are you kidding me? What?
We are getting a game 2.
We are getting game 2. This is basically certain at this point. This is Xavi's game to lose, and there's no way that I don't see any way that
there's no way
Icola catches this back up. He doesn't have Requiem. He would need to cross the desert.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, Icola played this so well, I think, and Xavi needed a bailout in a bad location like that. He needed the bow bailout. He needed K-Sword to be somewhere really awkward, He got both. And we're now going to be even going into the final game. Learn your bow crap, people. That's the more. I mean, Icola probably knows it. It's just so slow. I mean, to push the Armors up those stairs is like a minute on its own. And then in the next room as well is like at least another minute. It's two very slow checks. When you're playing 1v1, you're playing... I mean, those are really like the only two things Icola skipped. And they weren't in... I mean, they were in logic, but... That's just so unfortunate for Ico. But for us, we're excited. That means we're going to get one more match to find out who's going to be our Season 8 champion. And I'm hyped. Yo, GG Cubs.
GG Cups, I guess. But yeah, Season 8, not over yet. And it is time for Game 2. It is time for the bracket reset. Xavi, coming from the lower bracket, still keeps the chance to make it a double. To win both Season 8 and... win both Season 7 and Season 8 in a row. At which point I think he will be forcefully retired? Is that how the rules work?
I mean, if you go back to back, you're the GOAT. It's crazy. To even be in this position to have a chance at being back to back is insane. Icola has been virtually unstoppable this season. One of the 4 players to get a plus 4,000 score in qualifiers. And has just really kind of just stomped everyone through winners brackets, and this is the first L he's going to take. Yeah, it's a good question. Has anyone had the chance to go back to back? Back to back grand finals we've definitely had. Has the defending champion ever had an opportunity to go back to back? I don't know whether that's happened.
I've not been part of the community for long enough to answer that question.
Cola says Marco had a shot. Oh my god, I remember that match, Season 3. That was such a hype grand final. I think they played each other like 3 times in the season, and they had like an accumulative total of like 30 seconds between them across the 3 races.
Final
let's
double check of the pedestal, just for good measure.
Make sure you've got them all.
Yep.
The worst thing would be reading it and going, oh shit, Jabu's a medallion?
Oh my god. Imagine.
But yeah, Xavi will be feeling, like the nerves will be really kicking in right now. The heart's racing. We know he's got it comfortably, but you just never know in this situation. And let's see if he can keep it clean. Had some funny moments. Also had some really nice execution moments. But this tower climb is awful. All you do is have one eye on the race room, and it's
please don't,
mentally it wrecks you.
Please just don't done right now. Please don't. I want to have a shot at this. Please don't.
And when the seed has gone as bad as it has, it's there's no way you can have any concept of where your opponent will be.
Yeah. Look, from Xavi's point of view, he hasn't had a bow for what, 1.5 hours?
Yeah.
Of course he's thinking like Icola must have had a bow for ages and I must have missed it. What a back and forth though, honestly.
Yeah, Ico had a really strong hold on this race for a long time. Xavi he finds a way. He's found a way so many times this season. I can think of 3 or 4 matches where he's come back from a position where it's looked like he's been behind, and he's found a way to win. And I think that's what it takes to have a shot at being champion. You need that.
Well, as a wise podcaster once said, don't call it a comeback, I'll have hair for years. Anyway, it's a comb-over joke, you get it? Alright, time to fight Ganon. And by the way, we are now finally without commentary delay, so we can bring you the action as it happens. There's a big boy for Icola, False Hope.
Yeah, chat saying like he knows he's gonna win this, but I mean, if I'm in Xavi's shoes, I don't know. My brain's always against me in this moment. I'm convinced I'm like about to lose any second. I'm never confident. Xavi getting rattled by the scuffed camera that's been patched for League is still not. It's still scuffed for S8. Nice.
That's
and clean
phase 1 over.
No hammer slams today. He keeps his crouch stab. On to phase 2. Literally less than a minute away from taking this to a game 2. Get your GGs ready in chat.
Yeah. And we have achieved bracket reset. There is...
What a match.
There it is. And that's that. Hyper... We aren't done as Season 8 organizers yet.
We're not done. We got one more to go. I hope it's this weekend, but we'll see. We don't know yet. Maybe we'll get some insight from Xavi if I see he's coming in for an interview. I'm not sure about...
Yes, he is. I'm a drag him in here right the heck now. Icola probably, I think not. We'll see.
Xavi, GG's.
Yo,
GG's. Congratulations on achieving a bracket reset.
Let's go.
What a race.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I won the casino.
Brother, do you know
saw-
where your bow is? Where your logical
the
bow
Germans
is?
told me it was on 20.
The Germans already told you. All right. Yeah.
That's crazy. I had like one skull, I think.
Yeah.
That's all right. There's 3 bows. You were bound to find another one.
Yeah. I guess I got lucky. And the other one was bow locked, I think, right? Because it was
Yeah.
behind HBA and Light Trial. Yeah.
How did
Also,
you? Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't really understand the Sacred Forest Meadow path to Varvasia in the end.
Oh,
And I didn't really
okay.
wanted to try to use resources on that hint.
Would you like me to explain?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's fun. So it's Song of Time for the Zora tunic in GTG because there's a key on Central Pillar which you need for the boss key for Water Temple, which gets you Requiem for a key on Child Side Spirit to get the Goron tunic in Adult Spirit.
No way.
Yeah.
I was oh god.
So because of that, Ganon's Castle wasn't in play because you needed Requiem to be able to get into Ganon's Castle. But we figured there was a lot going on and that was hard to decipher.
That's wild, yeah. Wow, okay.
That is one of the more cursed more cursed logic chains I've ever seen, honestly. It was what was it? GTG key logic. No, for water key logic, for a tunic for water key logic, for a for spirit key logic, for a tunic for Volvagia.
It's so cursed.
Yeah, that seed is going all the way to the back of the vault. That's never coming back out.
Because we spent so much of the seed trying to work out why there were 2 Bane paths and there wasn't a Goma path and there wasn't a Morpha path. And so we were, for a lot of time, we were speculating that it had to be the Burning Caxsong, but we found all the Fire Temple items and we spent a long time trying to figure it out together. And we were
all very confused.
Yeah, I felt the same, the entire seed.
Yeah, how did the seed feel for you? Like, how did it play out in your head? Did you feel in the lead? Did you feel behind in moments?
I got very frustrated at Varvasia, like the first attempt.
Fair enough.
Because somehow I couldn't like shield turn in the seed. I don't know what's wrong with my shield turns. I couldn't do it. The entire seed, like everywhere, even at the King Zora skip. Yeah, thank you, Tobias.
We also enjoyed Link the Goron taking 4 laps.
Oh god!
Final lap.
It's alright though. Your Mido skip was okay. You know, Mido let you through.
I got over him. That's at least something, I guess. Yeah. So we get a bracket reset. That's kind of nice. Now we are even, and the next game will decide the entire tournament, which is cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Chat wanting to know: is there any has there been any talks yet about when this rematch might be?
He asked for tomorrow, but I don't think that's a good idea. Like I want to play next weekend.
Oh, that's it. That's fair.
Look, I'm down to clown. I'll make it happen.
Nah, we can race next weekend. My stress level is way too high now.
Fair enough.
That just means more time for S8. Exciting.
Amazing. League S8 or
both?
Okay.
How did you feel at the end? Did you feel in front when you pulled the Kokiri sword?
I felt good, like because I thought the bow is kind of late in ice, and there's a good chance people go to the spirit without a bow, and yeah.
Were you thinking that was actually the first bow that was accessible in the game?
Okay. Absolutely.
Skulls just don't exist and they can't hurt you, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts about the seed, Xavi, or your next match?
No, I'm just playing like I usually play. I will just go in there, play, and
Playing like
accept the result.
Play like a freaking madman is the answer. Like is the implied answer to that one. All right. I'm looking forward to watching along. Honestly, this is going to be great.
Yeah, I'm just happy that I won one match against Icola. He's on fire the entire tournament.
He came here straight through the winners bracket. So yeah.
Yeah.
And he beat you once already.
Yeah, he kicked me down there. Yeah.
All right. So I think that means all that's left to say from our side is best of luck for the bracket reset. Best of luck for the final race, however it's going to end of this tournament.
Yo, thank you very much.
Yeah, time for the training montage, honestly.
Yeah, I will practice a lot.
Wow, that was like someone get him up because that was dripping with sarcasm.
Yo, thanks for the restream, guys.
Thanks for joining us
every
for
match I
interview,
played.
Xavi. Thanks for putting on a great show.
Thanks for playing. GG.
Yo, GG. I'm switching to the
GG.
German interview. See you guys.
Go ahead.
And that leaves us with the job of saying thank you to everyone. But I think that's a job best left to the restreamers. So, baseball?
Hello. I would love to do that. Wow, what a great race. I am so happy we're getting a bracket reset. You'll have to keep an eye on the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord to see when that is. Hopefully next weekend, so I can be there. And of course, I matter. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm really excited. Very cool stuff today. Thank you to Xavi and Icola for putting on a great race. Thank you to our trackers, Mr. Moxie and Virgil Dante, and of course our commentators, Hyper, Tobias. Thank you so much for being here. That's gonna do it for today. So excited to see you all in the bracket reset. We're gonna raid over to Alpha, who is playing a casual league race at the moment, which, by the way, you should all sign up for League if you're interested. I think Chuckles put the league in the link in chat.
But Chuckles just said League sucks.
He said League sucks.
Yeah.
Don't contradict me, Chuckles.
Damn, I won't sign up then. If it sucks, I was going to.
You have 2 hours left. No, please, Hyper. Don't go. Okay, I'm raiding. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.